I'm Allison Prior, and if this is your first time to my channel, well, welcome aboard. And today I'm going to show you how to paint this beautiful sunflower with the sun rays from behind a flower, and how you can make your painting so pretty with stickers, would you believe? Alright, I'm going to show you some simple techniques to get this beautiful painting. So let's get started. So all you need today for this painting that we're going to do is your primary colors of red, yellow, and blue, and some green and brown and some white, and you can put some black on there too if you want. These have really nice bristles and they're great for your trees and your bushes, and this is going to be used for your background, okay? And then we have a flat synthetic brush, chiseled edge. And I have a flat filbert brush, which is chiseled edge and synthetic. And I also have a liner brush. So today I'm going to paint on this watercolor paper. It's 11 by 15. And it's nice and sturdy. And it's in my Amazon shop. I don't know the exact price, but I don't think it's real expensive. I think $10, $12 maybe. And it's really thick. You can use it as a canvas, and you get lots of sheets, 30 sheets. And then if you had to buy 30 canvas, it would cost you, if you paid even $2 each. Is that what? $60. So if you can pay $10, $15 for this, even $20, you can do all kinds of paintings on these sheets. Are fantastic and save you lots of money. So just a tip to show you that you can save money, and you can have it this way. I'm going to do it this way today. I'm just going to put some flowers and things here. I think it'll be fun. Let's try it. Now I'm going to use, this is round. I'm going to use this for the sun, and it sticks. It's sticky on the back. But when you take it off your canvas or your paper, it won't tear it. And it's just there. That's only, you can get these anywhere at the dollar store, anywhere. I might have them in my Amazon shop, but if you shop at the dollar store, these are just for putting under your furniture so they won't stick to the floor. That's all that is. But I thought they'd be great for making anything round. So I'm just going to make a nice big round sun. Okay? So that way now I can paint around that without having to worry about it. I want to keep that really, really bright. So I'm just going to use some light blue. Okay, see any colors that you want. I got red, yellow, blue. I got my primary colors here, red, yellow, and blue, and I got some green and burnt sienna, yeah, and some white. So you can use any primary colors of red, yellow, and blue that you want. It's your painting, so you can have your colors whatever way you want, okay? So this is just to get you started, and so you don't have to use exactly the same colors I use, all right? Because you may not have them, and then you might say, oh gosh, I can't do my painting now. So let's start off with a dark. As we go down to the bottom, it'll get a little lighter. All right, so we're just going to do the full sky. We could add some grass down here, but I don't know. Maybe we'll just go with the sky. See, that paper acts the same. Now, I left a bunch of sheets underneath that, you know, or you could use like a piece of wood or something to keep it steady, okay? So there we go. So we'll put that on there. Good. Nice. And it goes on nice. It'll dry faster because, unless you use the magic white, but it'll dry faster because the paper will absorb your paint. So you probably need to mist it a bit more than if you use your canvas. Alright, so just want to let you know that in case you're wondering why your paint is drying up a little bit faster. There's ways around it. You know, you can use your magic white, or you can use water. You can mist it with some water or some magic mist. So I just got some. That could be water. It could be magic mist. It doesn't matter. Just mist it like that. Good. Perfect. Now you got lots of dampness on here. See it flows better now, see? And now I don't have to worry about this here. This is wonderful. Look how nice that's going on. Just because I missed it. Well, I missed it with my magic mist, so it'll stay wet a little longer. I have a link to my magic mist, magic white and all that stuff. I think you'll like it. Keeps your acrylic paints dry. It keeps your acrylic paints wet longer. It makes it blend smoother, even though we're not doing much blending today with colors. This is just the sky. I want to save colors for your flowers, okay? And it will just make it so much easier for the paint. Just like if you're painting with oils, because it makes your painting smoother. So I'm just picking up some white and blue. I didn't even mix it, okay? I like to experiment. Look how nice that is, though. Okay, so we'll keep the blue going until we get a little further down. I don't want to have too much lightness yet. Okay, so we'll just keep going. Now, because I have my magic mist down there, I'll be able to come down here and it's staying wet longer. See how long it's been wet now, right? The one on top is starting to dry because I didn't use the magic mist. But I'm going to add the white and the blue together. I didn't mix it completely. I'm just taking some. You can even take blue on one side and white on the other. Look at all the paint I got on there. That's because, you know, the canvas is fairly big and I just think it goes on smoother, right? And it goes further. So, and like I said, with the magic mist, it will go further. Your paint will go further. It's coming off a little bit there now, but you can see those white stripes, right, where I didn't mix it completely. See how I kept it separated? Right? So I like that because it'll give you almost your own clouds already. So now I'm not going to put any more blue on my brush. I'm just going to put only white. And lots of it for the bottom part. Alrighty then. Nice. Now if your paper starts to buckle like I'm seeing mine, you can tape it onto a cardboard, like I'll show you now. Swatch. Alright, so I just want to get that the way I want it. Alright, see how it's still not blending all one color. It's separated. It stays separated. See, that's what I want. I want it to stay separated. I want those bits of dark and light, right? But now I'm going to show you, if you're using this paper, I'll show you what to do. I really should have did this before, but, you know, you probably would like to see this anyway. And so what I'll do is I'll tape that on there. So put tape all around. Tape it onto your cardboard. You can do this, put it on the table and do it first that way. So what you can do here is wait for your paint to dry, so you can still paint it while it's not taped down, so that you don't have, you know, so you don't have borders. And then when your paint is dry, then you can tape this down, right? And then you can paint away, all right? So you can either tape it onto your cardboard first, then do your painting, you know, tape it down, and then you'll end up with a border, okay? So that'll be okay. It'd be nice to have a little border on it. And then you could paint, or you can paint it first and then wait for it to dry and then tape it onto your cardboard. So now you have a nice sky. Now when the flowers go on that'll be pretty, okay? So if you want to take this off. Now if you don't have one of these, you can just get a circle. You can paint the whole canvas and you can make a circle with anything that you have handy, like that, and draw a circle and then paint the white inside the circle. Now, because I'm going to paint inside that circle now because I want to make some nice rays coming off that. So you get a clean brush because you want to keep it nice and white. Nice and white and bright. So I got a clean brush. These are flat, chiseled edge synthetic brushes. And I'm just going to put this in here. Now I want to make this nice and I have a little bit of a bleeding there. It went underneath that, so that's okay, that's fine. And we're going to go here. And that's still a little bit wet, but there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of shadow in there. Still want it bright. It's nice. And I want to make sure it's nice and wet so I can get those rays to come out. Okay? So because I have this chiseled edge brush, I can start pulling out some nice rays like this. Ooh! I'm going to put one down here. One up here. Just so I can... And one coming out here because that one is going out that way. Get more paint if you need to. Really want those rays nice and big. And I'm going to come out this way. And out this way. And then I'm just going to loosely pull down some of these other rays. Some will probably be a little longer than others. Try to get the chiseled edge of your brush to bring out these thinner ones, okay? Kind of jump out from the center out. If your paint starts to dry, add more paint to the center if you want, or to your brush. And then chisel your edge, chisel, and then start pulling out again. Alright, where I'm standing up, I'm making them a bit crooked, but you know, I think it's better to sit down or stand directly in front of your canvas to get better, get them better than that. So we'll keep doing that. Alright, so I'm just going to go in here again, and we will come out. And bring out these sun rays. And you go up, some short ones and some long ones, some in between. Some might be a bit bigger than others. My case there. But this is fun. This is fun. Kind of filling up the space there in the middle of those just to give it more of a glow. Clean up the inside. And you have this big, beautiful, glowy sun. Now don't forget, guys, painting is like a fantasy. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be very realistic or anything. It can be whatever you want it to be. All right. Now let that dry. Okay, just let that dry, and then we'll put some flowers, some big flowers, big sunflowers on there. Now I'm going to use a chalk to decide where I want my flowers. I'm going to use sunflowers. So I'm thinking maybe we'll have a big one here. So this will be the center. And then we'll have another one, so all the leaves are going to come out here, right? And then we'll have another one up here by the sun. I don't want to cover up all the sun because we went through all that trouble. So And all these leaves are going to come out here. And then maybe we'll have one down here instead. So we'll have that big one here, that will sort of take up this whole space up here. And then we'll have another one down here. That's what we'll do. Take a smaller one down there. And maybe, so we're trying to think, so let's just put a few leaves on there. Okay, so up and down. Right, so just take, when you make your leaf, your petal I should say, take another petal off of that one. And then you meet up with it here, right? And then you can have all different shapes. You can start, take it off of here and come up this way. And you can take it off the bottom here and come up this way. It's hard to see it with the white there. So you make one coming out from here and another one here, right? You can do it this way also, where you take it from the top here and then meet up with it here. So either you come down the bottom here and meet up here, or you take it off of here and meet up here. So just get your petals on there. And then if you got them separated too much, you can always add a petal in between. Just come off that one, and you got some petals in between, like that. Okay? So it depends on how many petals you want. You'll be able to see that better now when we get it finished. And then we have another one down here. So we'll just put some petals on down here. Maybe some one in between. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe those petals are behind that one. So that's all right too. And we'll bring down our stem. Okay, and then we'll have another stem probably coming off of here. And maybe there's some little ones starting to bloom here. Right? Some chalk helps to get, get it started and get a few leaves going on there. There's a leaf here. That's a nice leaf. And then maybe another leaf here coming off of this one. Maybe another one coming off of here. So now you got leaves. At least you know where you're going with it, right? It's hard for you to see that, but it's there. You'll see it now when I paint it in, okay? So we'll start with the center of this flower. I'm going to get you to change to a bristle brush. And this will, because we're going to pounce. So bristles are pouncing, tapping, pushing. All right, and the synthetic brushes are for, a nice smooth stroke. Okay, this is a pushing, tapping, dabbing stroke. So what we're going to do is, we are going to get a nice dark. So you can use burnt umber, burnt sienna, right, any dark brown. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit of red to that to darken it up a bit, and a little bit of blue. But you can just get a dark brown, okay? So I'm just mixing my own dark color. I like mixing my own colors, as you see in my other videos. I always like to mix my own from my primary colors. Alright, so let's dab. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Alright. So now we'll tap on some red. The sun is shining on top of there, so I'm going to brighten that top part up. Alright. Leave some darks. That's nice. Maybe it's a little bit shining on down here. See? Isn't that nice? Now while that's wet, you can clean your brush so there's not too much red on there. And you can go into yellow. And then when it dries, we'll probably put some more highlights on it. So I'm just putting on some yellow, but it's got a little bit of an orange because I still have a little bit of red left on my brush. So it's going to turn kind of an orangey color. And so it's going to turn, it's too much red there, so more yellow. But you may need to let that dry. But look, it's still going on there. I was hoping it would blend nicely together like that. Yeah, there we go. And then what I'll do is when it dries, I will probably put some more highlights on it, okay? So I just tapped into, I get a nice bit of paint on my brush. So it'll show up, right? See? Because it's all wet, don't push too hard because you don't want it to all turn to one color again. But that's nice, isn't it? Whatever's left over in your brush, you can move around down here a little bit. And same with here. Isn't that nice? That's pretty, isn't it? So let's do some of the petals. So let's go with some, let's see. Some red, because I want some shadows. And pick up some of that darker color with it. And yellow. I'm going to put yellow on my corner of my brush. Alright. And then we're going, with the red side down, we are going to, you can pull in or you can pull out, whatever is easier for you. Okay? Touch, pull down. So you have that chalk there to help you. That's nice. It's nice and dark, so we will be lighting up. We will be lighting that up. Lightning. Alright, so I'm just putting some more yellow on my dirty brush. I'm going to try this one here. I'm going to get my top and then I'm going to pull in. Still make that shape. Alright, some more red. We're going to need a couple of coats, okay, because it's pretty transparent. Now here's another way that can help you. I'll show you now. Take white, paint your petals white. My brush is too dirty. Clean your brush, or get a clean brush, and put white in your petals. And this will make your paint more opaque when you paint over it. Okay? Little tips for you. You know, you can do it either way. You just need extra coats, that's all. Alright, so we're just going to put our white on first. Try to go with the shape of the petal, right? It's hard to see that one there because it's against that sun. That's okay. We'll be filling that in soon. By the time you get back to the other petals, they might be dry or half dry anyway, so that's a good thing. Alright, so if your shapes are funny, you can fix them up as you go along. Boom, boom, boom. Just go with the shapes. Having them drawn out first really helps a lot. You can make thin. You want your petals to be thinner than mine, you can go ahead and do that. Alright. Keep it going. Now, you could even bring some white into this one here because they're so transparent. You might need a ton of layers, so we can still go back in here with some white. That'll be fine. That will be fine. Look, see? Good. Good. And we got one in between here. Wherever you want extra ones, you just put them in. With your chalk, you make, right? You make your chalk lines first if you want to, in case you find it hard to do it this way. Whatever help you can get, you know. Whatever way you need help. I put one in between here. What do you think? Alrighty then, so we'll work on that. Make sure I get that nice petal. Fill it in here and here. Good, good, good. That's it. Just get your petals started. Nice, hey? Even though it's not done yet, but I'm going to keep some white on my brush, I think. And I'm going to get some yellow. Some of my red and yellow and my burnt umber and burnt sienna, whatever you have there. And yellow. Yellow is the main color, but it won't show up if you don't add some shadows. We have to get these petals on first, and we'll worry about shadows and highlights after. If you think it looks funny or something, or don't look right, it's only because we're just starting, alright? See, it's coming out pretty already. Yellow, some red, some dark color. If you want to get your top, just lay your brush on the chiseled edge and then lean back, and then you'll get a nicer top to your flower, alright? So I'll do that again for you. So I got some red, I got some yellow, that's burnt sienna, and I'm going to start here. Sit on my, make sure you get a chiseled edge. Sit on my, actually going to stand on my chiseled edge, and then I'm going to sit down and pull back. And that way you'll get a nice top to your flower. See that nice top? Might want another little one in here, you know. Cool. Okay, so keep going. So let's continue filling those up. You don't want to be too transparent. Let them dry if you have to. So let's go more with white and dirty brush, white and yellow, and see if we can really brighten up some of these, especially by the sun. White and yellow, see if that really brightens it up better. Might have to do a couple of coats just to get that transparency gone. Now my paint is wet, so it's blending really nicely. If your paint dries, you may have to, you know, keep adding the colors like you are, because you don't want to cover up what's already there. If it ends up drying on you, just go over the tops of them so you can keep the bottom parts. You know, just don't go over the whole flower and cover it up. You want to keep some of that color that you put on there. Now, isn't that pretty? Now I'm going to let that dry so I can add highlights. But in the meantime, I'm going to go back to this circle, and I'm going to go into my burnt sienna, some red, some yellow. I want to make sure it's still dark. Maybe I'll add a touch of blue, darken it up a bit. Not too much blue, you don't want it to be too blue. So on the edge here, just tap in here, because that's probably dry now. So you want to tap on those edges there. And then as you're tapping on them, find the petals and bring in some of this, some of these shadow colors, see? And what that'll do is that'll bring the flowers together with the petal. Now I'm going to make sure my brush is clean because it's too light. I want to keep it dark, alright? I want to keep it dark here. I don't want it to... Okay, there we go. And that will bring it together. More dark. Because this is dry now, so you want to wet it in order to get it to go into the petals. And you go up a little further where the petals separate, but not as far on the bottoms, okay? But when you see a separation, you can bring it up a little further. Don't worry too much, because you can always go back over it and fix it, alright? Because we're going to go back over this with some highlights and that now in a minute. If it gets too light on you, just go back with a really dark, even if you got to use, you know, burnt umber. Let's go with it. See, as you can see, burnt umber is really dark, right? So, but if you used ultramarine blue, you may not, all you need to do is add ultramarine blue and your burnt sienna or brown together, and it'll go really dark. So we keep that nice and dark, on the, especially down on the edges. Right? Now, I'm going to go over here. I'm taking the chisel edge of my brush and I'm just pulling them out. Right, up here. That's a little bit of a shadow here. Use the corner of your brush if you have to without using the whole brush. Just kind of take the corner and just gently pull up some of these. You don't want it to look like separation. You're trying to make it nice and smooth like you see down here. Even if you have to take your brush and do this. And then turn it towards the chisel edge. Like I said, don't worry, I put too much there, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to go back over it with some highlights, okay? There we go. Pull in between. Out. Now if you can find some other way you like to do this, you go ahead and do whatever you want to. Whatever makes it easy for you. That's not bad though. Alright, and a little bit here. Tap it on first on the edge. Right. You don't want to be able to see through your flower because it's one flower, it's all closed up. So get that in here. your shadow colors and your petals. Good. And then you tap on that again so that you can even that out so it doesn't look like it's... Just get some more of your dark color. Tap on the edge. Way to go. Now let's add some highlights to that now. Now it'll probably be better for you to let that dry and then you can add your highlights. Alright. Now let's take some yellow for our highlights and some white. We want these to be nice and bright. That sun is really shining on those petals. So, but we don't want to make it disappear into the sun, right? So on the chiseled edge, just pull in these just from the top. Keep your shadows because we worked hard at those. We don't want to lose those. We don't want to lose our shadows. Just from the top in, follow the shape of that petal and just make these short strokes. All right, that's nice. And we got, so you do all of those. Now you can leave some of the petals a little dark and just pick out certain places that you want to add the highlights. We don't want the petals to all look alike. We just want to have them so that some are brighter than others. If you want to add some highlights of red and yellow to make the flower stand out more, and a bit of white, you know, you could do that too. The red will tone it down, and then you can add some burnt sienna to tone it down. But see how it makes it stand out more? Okay, so let's say you use a bit of burnt sienna, because we're going to the bottom now, so it's probably not as bright. Bit of white, bit of yellow, burnt sienna, a bit of red, right? Just pick all the colors that you were using and pull that in. Because the more layers you do, the thicker the flowers will look, you know? See? So, you know, do a few layers. Try to keep that bottom part there because, like I said, you worked hard at that. You don't want to lose it, right? Just a tip. If you want to get a little more standing out, just a little more white on there. So just use all the colors that you used. It's a bit too much white. I didn't mean that. There we go, that's better. I'm just using the chiseled edge of my brush. Just pulling in these little short strokes. Because I want to miss, you know, so that I get to keep some of that under painting, that under color, right? I don't want to destroy it all. That's pretty. I like it. more here. When I take that tape off, I might have to fix that. You may not like the paper, I don't know, right? So, but it is cheaper, and when you get used to how you can use it, you might like it. Use a bit of burnt sienna to get this one down here because it's in shadow. At least I think it is. Well, it's your painting, so you decide where the shadows are. But you can see the sun is coming through there, so you know you want to make it a little bit realistic, so that you know, it could be abstract, could be whatever you want it to be. Painting is fun. That's nice, isn't it? If you're happy with your painting, you're happy the way it looks. Don't have to be perfect. It's not perfect. You can see it's not perfect, right? But if the colors are nice and some of the shapes are nice and it just sort of falls together somehow, even though it's not perfect, but you look at it and you go, oh, I like that, right? Then it's perfect painting. I always thought when I was painting that everything had to be just a certain way. It had to be, I don't know. And then I realized that, you know, the brush is in my hand and I'm the one that's creating. So as long as I got some idea of how to make shapes and colors, I can do whatever I want. And yes, it can be frustrating trying to get it the way you want it. I'm not going to say that, you know, just do it. It takes a bit of practice to get what you want. Just trying to fill it. I don't want that to be too... Well, if it's see-through, if the sun comes through, that's okay, because the petals of the flowers are not going to be that thick that you can't see the sun through them, so that's fine. That's nice, isn't it? So take your bristle brush and get some more yellow again so we can get some more highlights on here. I think I might have lost a few. There we go. Just tap it on. Your bristle brush will separate for you. See how it's separating it for you? Look at that. And a little bit down here. Good. Maybe there's, why don't we get a little toothpick and put some smaller ones on again. Yeah, we can put some yellow on our toothpick. And then we can add some little dots of yellow, even up here a little bit, you know, as if they're up there. Right? There we go. Little dots of yellow even on some of the petals. Why not? Why not? Who cares? That's so cute. Now I'm going to get carried away. See what happens when I like my painting. I get all carried away. Stop. Now I'm going to take my... let's see. We're going to do these nice stems, and I'm going to take my chiseled brush, and I got some green, and I'm going to put a little bit of burnt sienna or brown or something on the other side so that I can have a shadow side. And I'm going to take my brush and stand on the chiseled edge and touch with the brown side down and pull down like this. Okay? And there you go. Alright, so brown on one side, green on the other. Stand on the chiseled edge. Brown side down. The light side will be facing the sun. Touch and pull. Nice. All right, I'm going to do it again right here. So this brown side down, just think about where the sun is, that's all. And we pull in, pushing a little bit. Good. Put a little bit of, let's see, let's put a little bit of that brown in the center here. Would that look like something like it's just starting? So clean your brush off and take a bit of your dark brown and just tap it in here like this. Use your chiseled edge to get those little bits of, see? So you just touch like that and you'll get those petals getting started. So let's get them. We'll have one. One's good. And we'll clean our brush a bit and we will take some green, and we will just go back over those again just to add some extra color. Might have to wait for that to dry though. Not bad. When it dries then you can add some more. Maybe a little bit of yellow. Maybe just tap on the corner here just to get something in there to show that it's a little, maybe it's a little flower starting to bloom. We could take our toothpick and add some of that yellow dots. See? You can put whatever you want there. Maybe you can look up some flowers with, you know, just starting to bloom. Some buds, I guess you call them, the buds. And this part here, we will put our green on, and I'm going to put green on one side, and what? I don't want too much brown, just a bit of, mixing a bit of brown on one side with the green, and on the other side, just green. And brown side down, and on your chiseled edge, stand up and then sit down and pull back. Alright, and then thicken it up. And a nice little leaf. Look, I left out a petal there. I'm going to just wipe that off, okay? I'm not going to fiddle around with that. So brown on the other side mixed with the green, and then the green on the other side. And we will put a petal here on the chiseled edge, sit down, and pull back. So you got your nice little shape up there, see? See, it's up there. Good. Add more green, because the other side has a bit of brown and green, see? So you may not need to touch. You get your top, and then you sit down and pull in towards there, and you go on the other side to thicken it up. Alright? Okay. I have to fix that a little bit. And same with here. Touch, sit down, and pull back. Ooh. And around to meet it. They're nice little petals, aren't they? That's nice. That's about it now. Don't have to do much more. There we go. I shouldn't play around too much. Add a little bit of yellow just to get a little bit of a highlight here on the top. I don't need much there. I'm going to leave it. Okay. Marvelous. And I'm going to take a little bit of yellow and green, because I want to brighten up my green, so I can just make some extra highlights here like this, and I'll just pull in from the edge. Need a smaller brush. As long as it's chiseled edge. Touch on the end and pull in. Touch and pull in. Touch and pull in. Just to give that little extra boost, that's all. Just a little boost. A little booster shot for your painting. A little booster shot. Isn't that cute? So you just put the yellow on the edge of your brush, alright? Could be on one end. And then you just touch that yellow side down, and touch on the end and pull in, alright? Just a little booster shot, that's all. I'd go with the shape of the flower, the leaf. You can leave that bottom part there for a shadow if you like. That's nice. I think I'm going to call it finished, because if I play around with it too much more, I'm going to end up putting too much shadows or too much shading or whatever. So you can play around with it, and that's pretty, isn't it? There's something I forgot. I need to put a little leaf around here. Now that one there, I'm just going to clean that up. I'm just going to take that off of here with a damp brush. Alright, try not to go near your paint to make sure it's dry, because that will spread out into that, okay? So now I'm going to you can take a small or a medium or whatever brush you got handy, and put your leaf. We're going to put our leaf color on, so our brown and green together, and then on the other side the green, and then we're going to make a little leaf coming out here. So we're going to stand up on the chiseled edge, sit down, and we're going to pull in towards that flower, okay? There we go. We do the other side. Touch and pull back. That's better. Yeah, I almost forgot that. That's cool. I'm going to add a little more green here, down here, because it kind of looks kind of dull. There we go. That's fine. Good. Now let's take our tape off. See kind of mess I made. Now I made a mess because I tell you why. Because I didn't let mine dry, because I wanted to get the video started. And so make sure your paint is dry before you put your tape on, okay? The parts that weren't dry, where the tape was, the paint came off, alright? Make sure before you tape it down that your paint is completely dry, or you tape it down and then start painting, alright? So you don't need to do that with a canvas. I'm just showing you this because it's paper. Now if you end up doing what I did, you can just paint over it. So you get your blue paint, get your sky color, and then you just paint it. Problem is you might have to try and match it up, right? So, well, it's no big deal. Alright, so that's the only, the only thing if you end up doing that, trying to get it all to go together nicely. Alright, so that's not too bad. Okay. And then we do the same with the other side that I messed up, but now you got your flower there. So maybe you can, I still want to fill this in here. And then you can put your flower petals over that if you want. I'm not going to worry too much, but I just wanted to show you in case this happens to you. So, and then you can put your flower petals back over that. So the petals are coming off the canvas here, as you can see. Good, and then you just put some yellow and, you know, go back into what it was before. And so I kind of messed up a little bit on the edge there because I messed up my tape, but I want you to see it anyway, just in case, you know, right? But it's not too bad. Might even put another little petal right here. I like it. I'm fine. I think it's good. So, I think it's nice. You can put a nice little butterfly there if you want. Now, I'm not going to paint the butterfly, but I got some stickers here. And I'm going to just put a butterfly on there just to, that way you can judge before you paint it. And just put your butterfly if you got any stickers. Right? Just if you got any stickers, just pick up a few stickers at a dollar store. And that way, if you decide you want to have a butterfly on there, you can test it out first. So you can check and see where you want a butterfly. Maybe you want one here, right? And that way you can say, oh yeah, I think a butterfly would look really nice there, right? Or you can put one, let's see, I got lots of them here. That'd be pretty. Just get some stickers and let's see. Maybe this one here might be nice, or is it too big? It might be too big. See? I don't know what else I got here. No, I don't have any more. I do have some flowers, but I'm not going to put those on because I already have flowers on there. But you can use the stickers to help you decide what else you want to put on your, like if you wanted to put those little tulips on your painting, you could use that and put it there just to see what it would look like. And then you take them off because they're easy to come off. And then you can put your, you know, so you can make a whole painting of stickers first if you wanted to. And then that would be your composition, you know, that would be your layout or your design, right? So you could design it. All right. So you wanted to put a couple of little flowers over here in the corner. You could, right? So you'd be able to paint them on. You'd be able to see first what you like. Right, so I'm just going to try one more butterfly right here. I see this cute little one up here in the corner. And you can even leave them as they are, you know. You don't have to paint them on. You can use them as part of your painting. Because it can be called mixed media then, see? Alright. So then just say you wanted that one, I don't know, maybe here or maybe here. Wherever you want it. And get some little butterflies going on. Right. See, so you can use your stickers to make a decision on what, because if you don't like that butterfly, like I'm not too fussy about that, or maybe I want to try it in another place. So I'll just take it off of there and maybe I'll try it over here close to the sun, and that way you can see it better. See, now you can plan out your painting with stickers. You do your main painting first. And then you can add these stickers after. And if you decide that you want a butterfly here, you can take that off then and draw one out, and you can follow the pattern of that one too, right? So that's a few ideas for you, a few tips. I like giving you tips and have a bit of fun with your paintings. So if you enjoyed this painting and you feel, you know, that you learned a lot and hopefully it helped you, let me know in the comments, you know, what you liked about this painting and how it helped you, and if, you know, because I love hearing from you. I love the feedback, because that way then I'll know what you guys like, because I'm doing this for you. So I'm going to let you go and subscribe and like my videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Signing out from Allison Prior. Bye.